Welcome to Super Happy Dragon Lucky. The show will begin momentarily.
The internet is broken. Business models and site design are entirely geared toward advertising and not the reader. On today's internet, advertisements are distracting, invasive, and overwhelming. In Den, the primary objective is quality content. Instead of ads, you may occasionally see a boosted post where a user has risked value to increase its visibility. Just like any other post, you can upvote or downvote to help evaluate the relevance to your community. The more engagement a boosted post gets, the less the booster pays. Depending on the evaluation process, a booster can get up to 85% of their money back, if the post is well targeted and engaging. In Den, quality content is the primary objective.
Hello, welcome to the show. This is episode 72, 0x72. It's the 115th episode of Super Happy Dragon Lucky. This is a reminder that nothing that I say is financial advice. And today on Number Go Up, we have the number of DIN layer proposals. We have 11 new proposals. Currently, I believe there are 94 total proposals to choose from. And go to the LCP page on Den.Social to check them out. Okay, so let's go to Dragonchain updates. First, on hiring, we have hired a couple of new engineers. Very good things coming, lots of activity, lots of things being built. Pretty neat stuff. In fact, we're working on a hybrid DEX for a customer. Very, very interesting capabilities. We're working to get the NFT platform in place. We're working on a couple of things with smart ballots to try to get everything out there and ready to go. Go visit dragonchain.com for more info. For Den.Social updates, let's go into that. Today is the start of the October 2021 LCP commitment phase. So that just started maybe an hour ago, and you can go to the LCP page to review the standings on all of the layer proposals that are in there. Do check out unique voters as well as lore count, and review them, commit some lore. Anyone who's active in the system should have at least a little bit of lore now, and it should build over time. So very good stuff. This month, as we have for the past few months, only up to 2 layers will be created. The top in lore count and the top in unique voters will be created. This whole commitment phase ends in 1 week. Go to den.social/LCP. Check them out. Also, we're working on the final parts of matter tipping. So we have what will include matter, lore, and lot tipping for content that you like, or if you want to, distribute some of the ownership of a layer that you have a lot in. It's great because we're going to start with no fees, we think, and in the very least, it'll be much, much lower fees than you would have to deal with if you exported the tokens to Ethereum and moved them there and then brought them back. So pretty good stuff there. And I'm hoping that's out in the next few weeks. We will, of course, let you know, give you a demo on the show and everything. It should be cool. Expect to also, that should also include other features, we think, for local community in-person tipping, because we have a group down in Florida that's really wanting to build out some things in their community. Really cool stuff. Also, we have a Den governance call this week at 12 p.m. Pacific. So it is a new time. It will be every other Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific. And when we roll out a couple of new things, we will probably start having that show or that call or whatever you want to call it every week. but right now it's every other week. So join us this week. We have a new format. It's actually much better because we can show what's going on. We can really go through a full agenda of all the news and details and discussions that we really want to have with everybody. Okay, now we go to the update for World Blockchain Roundtable. This week on Thursday is episode 21. The subject is blockchain for security. So go check out the topics and questions that are already in that weekly post. Go through them, add any questions that you see that should be answered that are missing, and help us curate this content by voting up the most important questions or comments or topics. So get in there and do that. Also, watch and share last week's episode now. The more views it gets before the next episode, the more lot all the participants will get. So that's everything. Right after this, we'll come back with a very quick AMA.
Now, more than ever, our data is at risk. Our supply chains are in jeopardy. Our systems are broken, and businesses feel powerless. Dragonchain gives you a different way, a safer way, a better way, and you have power over your data. Dragonchain gives you proof in an untrusted world. Build now at dragonchain.com. America's blockchain.
Okay, so let's see here. First question from Jegs. Can you elaborate more on Trey's comments regarding Dragonchain's imminent NFT announcement? Nothing until it comes out. I mean, we're definitely building an NFT platform with a partner that is interesting. It's different. It will have components that are either embedded into or along with Den. We aren't entirely sure of the format and where things will be integrated, but the intent is to have the community component provided by Den along with the hybrid NFT capabilities, so that people who don't care about or don't want to pay the multi-$1,000 fees to move stuff on Ethereum right now won't have to, that they can, buy and sell NFTs inside this platform. And there's some pretty cool stuff for discovery, some things that nobody else is doing that at least I think are pretty valuable. So that's coming. I don't know the timeline on it. We're getting, we're very early, but we're getting some of the initial pieces in place. And that's one of the other reasons that we'd hired a couple of new engineers. All right. Next question. And by the way, I'm going to vote up everything. I intended to do it live, but I forgot to share my screen. So anyway, I'll do that after the show. Next, JP12X. What can a fan of Den.Social or Dragonchain do locally to help with adoption and growth? It's interesting. We've had a few people, like say, if you look at what Distant has done in Florida, that they have their own lair, and they have an entire community of artists and creators and different roles of people that are all doing things together. And they've all learned the platform together. They've all kind of picked up, what can be done, and come up with a lot of very interesting ideas that has actually pushed us to add other features to Den. And it's the same thing with Dragonchain. It's all about building, and whether it's building something in software or in your community that uses these capabilities. There's everything in the world, and there's a ton of history happening right now, and there's a lot you can do with blockchain, and a lot you can do out of the box with Den and Dragonchain combined, and there's a lot more coming. So there are a lot of ideas. As an example, anything that you could do to connect your community with other services could theoretically be done in Den. You would just have to come to us and say, hey, we have an idea. We would like to do what you have with Den to use it maybe for decentralized governance. And we want to tie smart contracts into it so that when someone does something inside of Den or some other system, that something happens, right? And so there's a lot of really interesting things going on. And, if you look at some of the stories that people post in Den, that, these people aren't in the US and they're not in Europe, that, some people are using it in very interesting ways already. So, I mean, I would say there's, you could do anything, but it's all about coming up with ideas and putting in the time. So anyway, thanks GP12X. Okay. Next, Angel Breaker, the third and final question. And by the way, each of these questions will get one lot in the Dragonchain layer, and we just need to, well, hopefully when all the tipping comes around, we'll either do it live, or you will at least see that someone gets a little badge that they got a lot for that question, right? So Angel Breaker, what is Dragonchain doing on a short and the long term against patent infringement? I can't talk about that, and I don't how do I say this? I've always been told by patent attorneys to not review other patents, and I just don't look at other patents. I don't comment on what we're doing with patent infringement without having an NDA present, because it's dangerous, and anything that we would potentially be doing on that would be risked by me talking about it. So I can't talk about it. So sorry about that, but you still get a lot. Thanks, Angel Breaker. And that is everything. So let me go back to the end here. So make sure you watch us again next Tuesday, same time. Super Happy Dragon Lucky. Make sure that you watch the World Blockchain Roundtable this Thursday. That's very important as well. Go to, we don't say this much anymore, go to dragonchain.store and buy some Dragonchain and Den and other project merch. There's Factor merch. I think there are a couple of other projects in there too. And follow Dragonchain, follow Real Denizens, and follow me, Jojo Rowe, on Twitter and LinkedIn and wherever else. Like, comment, subscribe, and share the show. Thanks so much. That's everything. See you next week.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win. We choose to go to the moon.